What's up, guys? It is Friday, January 6th. It's 8:51 a.m. and this is the crypto newsletter. So I just recorded the crypto market update and we got some recent developments. So we got a 1 hour sell now signal for the dollar and crypto's rebounded pretty hard. So the signals work. And so it's going to be an interesting day to end off the week, and we'll see how Sunday pans out for the weekly closes. But starting off, I just want to say free crypto masterclass accelerator. The link will be in the bio, stargate-ventures.com. What it's going to give you is 18 videos kind of preparing you for the 2023 and what's to come here. It sets up the backdrop. We go into the past and kind of how things were back in the day. And now we're in the present time. We go into the present time. And then we tell you where we're heading. And sooner than a lot of people think in these 18 videos. So these videos are fire. It goes through so many things in step by step in an order that makes sense, which ultimately is going to lead you to executing better for 2023. And it's actually a little taste of our Gartha course here, which has 7 missions in it. Over 100 videos, bunch of fire stuff in there. But go to stargate-ventures.com, free crypto masterclass accelerator right on the homepage. A little bit of info, you get immediate access. Come join it. Let's dive into the first thing. Coin, a founder's story, is now free to stream on Amazon Prime. I've watched it twice. I highly recommend to watch this movie on basically Brian Armstrong and him starting Coinbase. And if anybody that you know, family, friends, acquaintances, that don't understand crypto or make fun of you about it, tell them to watch it, because after they watch it, they'll have a great understanding of what crypto is, the opportunity of it, what it's changing, and its fundamental use case. So definitely, if you haven't watched it, watch it and then send it to somebody else to watch it. It's fire. Now let's dive into this. ECB, caveat emptor does not apply to crypto. Blog post by Fabio Panetta, a member of the executive board of the ECB. Trading in unbacked digital assets should be treated by regulators like gambling. Last year marked the unraveling of the crypto market as investors moved from the fear of missing out to fear of not getting out. Terra USD, a stablecoin that was stable in name only, was among the first to fall in a chain of collapses that brought down several lending platforms, a hedge fund, a leading crypto asset exchange, and most recently a large US listed crypto mining company. Other crypto companies are likely to be added to this list in the coming months. These failures occurred in rapid succession, reflecting crypto's players' incredibly high leverage, their interconnectedness across the crypto ecosystem, and their inadequate governance structures. Yet, remarkably, the crypto market rout has left the financial system largely unscathed. Many, therefore, think it's preferable to let crypto burn rather than regulate at the risk of legitimizing crypto. So regulation is good because it legitimizes it. Let me voice 2 important reservations about this view. First, despite their fundamental flaws, it is not certain that crypto assets will ultimately self-combust. Take unbacked crypto assets, for instance. They do not perform any socially or economically useful function. They are rarely used for payments and do not fund consumption or investment. As a form of investment, unbacked cryptos lack any intrinsic value too. They are speculative assets. Investors buy them with the sole objective of selling them at a higher price. In fact, they are a gamble disguised as an investment asset. But it is precisely for this reason that we cannot expect them to disappear. People have always gambled in many different ways, and in this digital era, unbacked cryptos are likely to continue to be a vehicle for gambling. This year's crypto market meltdown caught millions of investors off guard. Not us. At Stargate, we called both black swans, the Luna Terra USD, we called that in March. It ended up panning out in May. Then we called FTX. It was like a couple days before, 24 hours before. We only had that small amount of time to, but ultimately we told people, hey, 24 hours before, get your stuff off of there. And then it all played out. So we weren't caught off guard, that's for sure. Second, the cost of society of an unregulated crypto industry is too high to ignore. For one, this year's crypto market meltdown caught millions of investors off guard. Uninformed investors were left with significant losses. And it's not just cryptos that are that are being burnt. In addition, unregulated crypto assets can be used for tax evasion, money laundering, terrorist financing, and circumvention of sanctions. They also have high environmental costs. That's why we can't afford to leave cryptos unregulated. They have no choice. So they're going to legitimize it because there are, a select few that are going to be the backbone of the next gen financial system. Got Harvard. Harvard gave us the confirmation that we need XRP, XLM, the core backbone of the next gen financial system. That says it all. We need to build guardrails that address regulatory gaps and arbitrage and tackle the significant social costs of cryptos head on. This is easier said than done. Regulators must walk a tightrope. Like Ulysses, they must resist the beguiling crypto sirens to avoid falling prey to the industry's intense lobbying. And on their journey, they must steer clear of the Cecilia poor regulation and the cherubis of legitimizing unsound crypto models. The EU's regulation on markets and crypto assets, I think it's MiCA, is an important step. It is crucial that it is implemented as soon as possible. However, further work needs to be done to ensure that all segments of the industry are regulated, including DeFi activities such as crypto asset lending or non-custodial wallet services. All right. So in addition, regulation should acknowledge the speculative nature of unbacked cryptos and treat them as gambling activities. Vulnerable consumers should be protected through principles similar to those recommended by the European Commission for Online Gambling. They should be taxed in accordance with the costs they impose on society. To avoid the risk of regulation lagging behind because of the time needed for legislative processes, regulators and supervisors need to be empowered to keep pace with crypto developments. And to be effective and prevent regulatory arbitrage, regulation must have global reach. It's going to be an international kind of movement on this regulation and this framework. The recommendations of the Financial Stability Board for the regulation oversight of crypto asset activities and markets should be finalized and applied urgently, as should the rules recently published by the Basel Committee for the treatment of banks' exposures to crypto. However, regulation and taxation alone will not be sufficient to address the shortcomings of crypto. To build solid foundations for the digital finance ecosystem, so for this next gen I did a video on it yesterday, the digital public infrastructure, digital public goods, to build solid core foundations, a backbone for this new digital public infrastructure. We need a risk-free, dependable digital settlement asset, which can only be provided by central bank money, wholesale CBDCs, retail CBDCs, Stellar powering retail, XRP powering wholesale. That is why the ECB and central banks around the world are working on both retail and wholesale central bank digital currencies. By preserving the role of central bank money as the anchor of the payment system, central banks will safeguard the trust on which private forms of money ultimately depend. Guys, if you're holding XRP, XLM, buckle up. In a few years, you won't be sitting in that same seat watching this video. Let me tell you that. So Ripple, on-demand liquidity for corporate enterprises, international trade finance. Little did EC Cigar know that when his comic strip character Wimpy first uttered the catchphrase, "I would gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today," in 1932, that he would be describing the state of today's cross-border payment systems, waiting for an international. So this is all right. They're laying it out. They're laying up the backstory as far as what the problem is that Ripple is solving. I would gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today, in 1932, that he would be describing the state of today's cross-border payment system. Waiting for an international payment to clear can often feel like agreeing to Wimpy's proposition. Money sent today regularly arrives days later, creating cash flow challenges and injecting cost and uncertainty into a critical business transaction. Banks and other financial institutions still currently operate on a Monday to Friday basis, and despite the always-on 24/7, 365 world we live in, creating a major discrepancy between customer demand and businesses being able to meet those needs. In many cases, it would be faster, cheaper, more reliable to complete a transaction by flying a suitcase full of cash to its destination. And yet this slow, expensive, and opaque process is still relied upon to power payment methods and finance for international trade, underpin complex global supply chains, and enable corporate treasury flows and fund the operations of non-governmental organizations. Blockchain-based solutions present a better way for both small to medium-sized enterprises like to conduct cross-border transactions, introducing speed, affordability, transparency, and certainty into the equation. So transaction costs and delays are inhibiting growth. So that's what Ripple is solving. They're going from a 3 to 5 day process to 3 to 5 seconds. So what this means for multinational businesses today, think Amazon, think Uber, think all of those corporations, right? Consider a large multinational with teams and offices in numerous countries to handle vendor payments, manage payroll, and balance accounts across the enterprise. It must maintain multiple bank relationships around the world and continually top off high dollar value pre-funded accounts in each country within which it operates. The company would likely also employ a forecasting team to predict where funds will be needed and by when, so they're not caught flat-footed for payroll or other financial obligations by delays or holidays. Talk about a clunky process with so many like steps and just like so much wasted energy going into that, when you could have something like Ripple's on-demand liquidity and have an algorithm kind of map that out for you, autonomous, right? So Ripple's on-demand liquidity solution is custom built for streamlined, more efficient cross-border transactions, operating 24/7, even on weekends and holidays. It eliminates pre-funding, shortening transaction times to fractions of a second, dramatically reduces costs, and introduces pricing transparency. What better can you get? In addition to these inherent time, cost, and availability advantages for trade finance organizations, ODL means greater flexibility with capital, new opportunities to scale business operations, and less time managing accounts and partners. So as a result, they've got all these companies across the world in a lot of countries now. I remember when they just announced their first one, supercharging trade finance with line of credit for SMEs. So they have their line of credit, and then the way forward for modern businesses. All in all, the world's traditional cross-border payment setup is not built for modern business. Better alternatives for trade financing and methods of payment exist, powered by blockchain and crypto. Companies using ODL and line of credit can overcome the frictions in these legacy solutions to optimize their operations and unlock new areas of growth. Bam, right there. So let us go into the next one, or we're not going to go deep into it, but remember now, Ripple's live in Africa. So November 14th, a win for financial inclusion in Africa. Ripple's on-demand liquidity went live there to streamline real-time mobile payments for their customers across 35 countries. So MFS Africa, leading fintech with the largest mobile money footprint in Africa. They're doing it. They're really doing it. All right, treasurers seek growth via new banking models. So corporate treasurers are faced with multiple pressures in an uncertain economic climate, including the need to support long-term growth. Developing a payment strategy that is both efficient and agile to scale is a significant challenge, as growth can create obstacles to timely settlement and transactions, such as expanded regulatory concerns. So the Corporate Treasurer's Guide to Innovation, Payments, and the Bank of London collaboration presents a pathway toward innovation for corporate treasurers seeking to optimize payment processes. The challenges of innovation goes into it, talks about the modern clearing bank, what it currently entails, and then it talks about how, or it has the report right here, and I'll download that. We're not going to dive into that now, but I'm sure the Bank of London is touting blockchain and DLT as far as the new way and the new innovative approach to doing your corporate treasury, just like how Ripple was spelling that out there too, on-demand liquidity for corporate enterprises, right? All right, so let's keep going, because we have, so Mr. Man, five in cross-border payments with the first 3 in production: Ripple, Stellar, IBM Worldwire, JPM Interbank Information Network, and Visa B2B Connect. So right here, Celent, about us. Celent is the leading research and advisory firm focused on technology for financial institutions globally. And then right in here, they said Celent has selected 12 contenders to profile based on their progress towards winning medals in value, feasibility, and viability, as well as the caliber of their people and participants. 5 in cross-border payments with the first 3 in production: Ripple, Stellar, IBM, and then JP Morgan and Visa are after that. There we go, man. Like confirmation every day. We're going to skip that with the SEC, but basically they filed a limited objection to Binance.US's $1 billion deal for Voyager's assets. That it's so crazy what they're doing. They're punishing progress while rewarding confusion, basically. This wraps that up right there. Then we have this, IMF. The latest issue of F&D magazine focuses on the scramble for energy and what geopolitical tensions means for the clean transition. So read and download here. So that might be the deep dive today. It's been a bit since we revisited the climate scenarios that we did maybe a couple months back. But beating the European energy crisis, it's going to be big. This definitely, the energy crisis that is going on over in Europe is not something to bat an eye over. It's getting pretty serious. So maybe in the deep dive today, we'll cover bumps in the energy transition from abundance to thirst and beating the European energy crisis. We'll cover all those as far as an energy security in the path to green, because that's laying out our climate scenarios. Because now being in 2023, we need to get updated on that. So we'll save that for the deep dive. The global disruptions in energy markets and the war in Ukraine have added impetus to the push for renewable energy and the drive toward net zero carbon emissions. Sees four major issues affecting the energy transition. All right, so we got some new scenarios from the IMF. So we're gonna do that in the deep dive, guys. Remember, link will be in the bio. Stargate-ventures.com. Go get your free crypto masterclass accelerator. You have nothing to lose. It's free, and you're gonna get a lot of value from it. That's for sure. It's like a taste of the full version of the course here at Agartha. You can come check out what Agartha is about, but go over to the homepage, get the free crypto masterclass accelerator, and just start going through that. Also, too, we're doing our 2023 New Year's Level Up exclusive promo. Instead of getting on a monthly plan, you can get yourself with a $222 one-time payment only today, and this is what it's going to get you for that $222 one-time payment for the year. It's going to get you one-on-one session. You're going to get access to 33 videos for Stargate's indicator course program. You're going to get personal access to the Stargate screener for your own use on TradingView, and you don't need a paid TradingView account. It can be a free account. And the screener literally gives you all the features of like you having a premium TradingView account, which costs $700 a year. You don't even need to buy that. You can just sign up for the free TradingView, but you're going to get like all the benefits of what the premium one would offer you just by using the Stargate screener. Then you get access to the Discord crypto buy and sell alerts all up in here. They have a ton of them flashing, right? A lot of big signals flashing too. As well as you're going to get access to the weekly private market updates, daily newsletter updates, weekly premium deep dive research reports, as well as we're going to be doing weekly live Q&A sessions. Those are starting next week. And yeah, I mean, this is a huge steal, guys. And what we're doing is today it's $222. The next day, so Saturday, it's $333. The day after that, Sunday, it's $444. The day after that, Monday, it's $555, and then we're done the exclusive offer. And then we probably won't do one until maybe April. Maybe we won't do one until June, July, something like that. So this is our last exclusive offer for a couple months here now. The last one we did was the Christmas special. That was a steal and a half. So if you didn't bite the bullet on that, now's your second chance, man. It's right here. You can even see some of the stuff that's offered in here, like personal access to the screener. We offer that $97 every month. That's a huge discount alone, let alone all the other things you get in here. So bite the bullet. We want people to level up in 2023, and this is your way to do it in the Stargate community, man. So step through the Stargate, come join the Discord. The link will be in the bio as well too. Say what up. I'll say what up too, and I'll see you over there.